days, every morning with all passion, purpose, and determination that you've got, because this is an opportunity for us to be great again. Hello there, and a very warm welcome to the program Good Morning Abuja, and it is coming to you from the Unity Station, NTA Channel 5 Abuja. My name is Deborah Abba Usman, and on today's edition of the program, it promises to be very engaging. We're going to inform you, educate you, and of course entertain you on our show this morning. So if you are still in bed, rise up, wake up to the freshness of today. And you know how we do it every morning. Let's start with our motivational talk to put us in the right frame of mind.
Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and psychologist, wrote, "When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves." And that speaks about adversity intelligence. As a high-value personality, you have to build your adversity quotient. And that means building your ability to understand and manage challenges properly. Now, when you can't change a situation, it now falls on you to change yourself, to adjust how you view that situation. And that's why I picked this amazing quote, because how we perceive a challenge matters a lot. It tells of our ability to navigate life with more grace. So one way you can do this, one way to build your adversity quotient, is to learn how to redefine your scars, redefine those challenges, re-visualize it. You know, it happened this way. Yeah, it was bad, but what were the lessons? Use the adversity as a catalyst for growth. When you start perceiving it in this light, it makes it easier to cope with. Besides just coping, it makes you grow. So while you're dealing with all the ups and downs, make sure you are growing, because that is how high-value personalities are shaped.
Thank you so much, Mema Ekukinam, for inspiring us this morning. And we know we have been well motivated enough to start today's activities. Next is our Keep Fit segment. Let's go do some general body exercise. Do well to join in.
That body, because we're working everything here, so you really want to give your body a proper warm-up so that you can last, remain stable. You want to be falling all over the place, all right? We're not doing this. None of that. Just stay upright, keep your back nice and tall, straight. Good. Feel that in my hamstrings?
It's like so small, but it works. Like,
let's move on to squats. So your feet are shoulder length apart, your toes are slightly outward, and get low. Watch out for those knees and squeeze those glutes and quads at the top. Good. Bring it up. Get as low as you can while keeping great form. Good. You got this.
I like how you say squeeze at the top.
Squeeze.
Forget that.
Good. Almost there.
Balance is so hard here.
That's it's kick back. Good. Kick forward and back. Forward. Good.
That's our Keep Fit segment there, and we know you had joining. Yes, exercise is very, very important, essential to our well-being every day. So make exercise your priority every morning. There are exercises you can do from the comfort of your home so that you can stay healthy and at alert. Now let's go on our very first break on the show this morning. When we come back, we'll have more for you. Stay with us, please.
I welcome you on today's ride on the show Good Morning Abuja.
This is Window on Abuja.
We have everything it takes to compete with any nation all across the world.
How do we make it? We are not ready to produce.
We've been contributing to the development of your kingdom.
Hello and welcome to Young Hearts.
Our focus today will be on hepatitis B.
Ladylike.
This is Entertainment Gist.
Eyes for Allah, nothing but Allah. Ba is the beginning of Bismillah. Ta is for taqwa, bewaring of Allah. And Tha is for thawab, a reward. Ja is for Jannah, the garden of
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Welcome to your weekly guide, Light of Islam. I am Aisha Ahmed.
As Muslims, we know that in Islam, time is a very good and important commodity that we have.
Believe in the angels of God as one of the 6 articles of faith.
Farmers form rows, and how the rows are made is such that the Imam stands in front and then right behind him.
Assalamu alaikum, this is Light of Islam. Keep watching Light of Islam.
That is for zakah, to cure our greed, when we give our money to those in need.
Welcome back from the break, and it's good to know you have rejoined us again on the program Good Morning Abuja, and it is showing only on the Unity Station 98 Channel 5. Yes, we told you we are going to inform you, educate you. Now we are going to show you this feature that is talking about who is a real estate and the challenges they face, because in the course of the program we will want to delve into who is a real estate developer. But first of all, let's see this feature talking about who is a real estate surveyor and their challenges.
The Nigerian real estate market is overwhelmed with increasing number of unregistered estate agents bringing property to market for sale. Pressured to ensure standards in practice, the Nigerian Institution of Estate Surveyors and Valuers (NIESV) and the Real Estate Developers Association of Nigeria (REDAN) have vowed to sanction any practitioner who engages in informal valuation services without proper registration, which eventually results in social consequences. But how can we differentiate the real from the quack?
If you are not a member of REDAN, for instance, you can't practice estate development. That's the truth. But you have so many people who are in the market that are not member of REDAN. And you have people who join REDAN just because they want to leverage on REDAN to do the things they want to do, not because they came to provide houses. So it's a little bit dicey. But what EFCC with NFIU and SCUMA has been able to do, if you are not a member of REDAN, you can't open a real estate account. So that means you cannot collect money from unsuspecting public. But there are other people. There are so many ways people still go around this. When they are going to register, they will not put anything in real estate. But what you see people do is that they just start doing the business. They don't care about anything, and they are careless with a lot of things. And managing finance, if you have never seen the kind of money that comes into your account, if you are not strong enough to manage funds, you begin to eat this money and the other people's money. Everybody is beginning to do the business because what they see from outside is that there's serious money in it.
These proliferations lead to potential displacement of unplanned and unlicensed structures and estates, which is eventually settled in court.
There are so many lawyers who don't know what to do. They may be familiar with how it works in Lagos. It's completely different from how it works in Abuja, because the land registry and administration in Nigeria is not unified. I personally have a lot of personal experience. I'll just share one with you. I wanted a property that I can build and sell in life camp. I got a property. CFO in the system. It has not been collected, but the RFO, I saw it. I took it to Aegis and said it was genuine. I paid for it. Paid for the property. Applied for approval. Got approval. Got to decide there was gully. There was water in the middle of the property. I tried to divert the water. So I spent over 10 million trying to make sure the place is good enough. Then fenced the property. I wanted to start working. Then somebody, a military service general, came and said the property is his own. We searched at Aegis and the paper was genuine. I don't want to go through the process of what we went through with the general. He came and was breaking everything we were building. Up till now, we are still in court.
To avoid these, every estate surveyor must investigate the facts regarding the environmental, legal, and financial condition of the property referred to as due diligence.
You have to be sure that the property they are selling to you, they will have a right to sell. You have to do diligence on the genuineness of the land. This you can easily know through the agencies that be set. They have been established. They are in place. Like if you go to Aegis, for instance, you want to verify a land, you can verify the land, that this land exists. Because if a land that is sold for like 1 billion in Metama is coming to you at 300 or 400 million, yes, the person is desperate. That's what they are saying. You can go and get approval. You can fall for it. So he has to look for land. So because of looking for land, you can become desperate. And when you are desperate, where you have a fault, where the estate developer has a fault, is not doing his due diligence. Some of these houses that are built on the wrong location, like maybe a drainage way, maybe a waterway, they'll be removed. Because if you don't take off that property, when the rains come, the flood can swallow about 20 or 100 houses. But just one single property that you take out of the way, there will be free flow. The borrowed money that they put into that property, that money can never be recovered. So some of them, they are psychologically and emotionally, economically, they may not recover. They will pay that money for life, because that the property is demolished. It will not stop you, the people that give you money, from asking for their money. They must demand for their money. So if you don't have a means to pay the money, you will lose your sanity.
One salient issue that begs for solution is how to regulate the activities of real estate agents in Nigeria for the proper availability and accessibility of affordable houses.
Welcome back from that feature on who is a real estate surveyor as well as their challenges. And to take it further in our discussion segment, we want to know in this discussion segment who is a real estate developer. And this morning I have been joined with an estate developer who is also an executive director, Derby Partners Nigeria Limited, to talk about the authentication of title documents, how to know that the title document you're holding is a genuine one. Help me welcome Samuel Ajayi to the program. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you, Mom.
All right, okay. Now we want to talk about the authentication of title documents. But before we go into all of that, you as a real estate developer, if I say who is a real estate developer, how should I answer it? I don't know the answer, but you know the answer. So who is a real estate developer?
Okay, thank you, Mom.
You're welcome.
Basically, real estate developer are the people that cater for the need of housing.
Okay.
Of course, you know that currently we have a lot of housing deficit in Nigeria.
Sure.
And it's becoming difficult for people to own a house in the country as it stands. So what developers do is they get land, they help to construct or build those land for off-takers to, to off-take the land and, have a place to also have a roof over their head. So that's basically real estate development.
Well, what a short and interesting definition. Now that we talked about, we are going to talk about the authentication of title document, which is the originality of the paper. Now, why is it important to verify that the document you're having to the land or any property is genuine?
Okay, so basically, right, because of the structure built in the country, especially, let me use our confined, which is Abuja, as a case study. There are a lot of, I'll call it encumbrances, a lot of issues that may arise on the land that you're going, because the land that you are being given or the land that you're buying, first and first, you do not know who the original allotee. You don't know who is the first person that got the land before the second person, before it gets to you. So it is very, very important for you to do your proper due diligence. Okay. And what are the due diligence? It is your search. Okay. It is for you to ascertain that the land is authentic. Okay. And how do you go about this search? Is number one, you have to confirm. We have a lot of agencies you can confirm from, which is the Aegis. Okay. You go to the Aegis, you tender the title document that has been tendered, that has been given to you on the land. then you tell it to them, they do their proper due diligence. They will check on their system. So when they check on their system, they will be able to ascertain if there's any ground rent on the land, it will be discovered. If there are any encumbrances on the land, it will be discovered, so that it will save your head at the end of the day. Because when you go into a land with the purpose of you, that is a builder, you want to build, and probably maybe you have paid a good sum of money for that land. And as you're moving into that land, you're moving with the conscience of either profit or investment. And it will be a big deal for you when you now discover, after building to a particular height, maybe development control comes and they tell you that this land is not valid, or FCT order comes in and it tells you it's not valid. It's going to be a slap. So that is why it is very important, if you want to build, if you want to move into land, or if you have any land that you want to buy, do your proper due diligence. And you know it. The beautiful part of it is it doesn't cost much. So why going to spend much more later, heavily, to clear mess
when you can do it from the
so basically
beginning?
That's all.
Wow. Well, we know that shelter is one of the major needs of man.
Very
and,
well.
For you to have a roof over your head,
Very important.
It is not what you take with levity. Now, bringing it down to the Federal Capital Territory, we know recently the FCT minister had said that if you do not go to, pay for your certificate of occupancy, your land will be revoked. How well are you sensitizing Nigerians on how to arrive at this target, because it is your area and your space?
Okay, so basically, right, I would also say that whatever the FCT minister is doing currently is doing it for
our own good,
for our own best. Abuja, as it stands, FCT, the capital of Nigeria, has a master plan. And you and I did not sit down to draw that master plan. Professionals are being employed to draw that master plan for our own good, because it will not make sense where you just wake up, you in the middle of your road, middle of the road, you are seeing houses coming up. So for now, whatever the FCT minister is doing currently is for our own good. And what I've been sensitizing people is, we know what is right. We know what is obtainable. I would only paint a picture to us. Isn't it better you do the right thing
the needful,
and save yourself from unnecessary pressure much more later than you just put your acts together and you want to compromise, you want to boycott the system. Much more later you face it. So I would rather say that if you have a land and you know it is something you want to build, you should do the proper due diligence.
Okay, like when you were giving us the definition of who a real estate developer is, you say you can get a property for whoever you want to sell it to. Now, I want to bring it down to, in a clear terms, is it possible that a common man can have a property or land in the Federal Capital Territory? If yes, how?
Okay. The answer is strictly yes.
Okay, how?
Reason is because the first thing first.
Right.
Let me just because you said we should bring it down to 10. Of course, we know Abuja is a highbrow city. It's a big city, and we still have civil servants there.
Okay.
You understand? And I always tell people that people that have hundreds of millions have different options.
Okay, they have different options. Hold it there. When we come back, you talk to us how ordinary Nigerians can have access to land or property in the Federal Capital Territory. Now, let's quickly go on this quick break. When we come back, we'll still be here to talk to you on how to have the new title document, as well as how you can have land in the Federal Capital Territory. Stay with us, please.
This is called the police.
Live on the Unity Station, NTA Channel 5, Abuja.
The least you and I can do is to assist them by making security our primary concern.
And with your support, with your assistance, criminality will be stamped out of FCT. We have determined, we have the capacity to withstand them, we have the capacity to equally deal with them, Your Excellency.
Lowest minimum time possible, especially when the callers were able to get across to us quickly.
Security is everyone's business. This is why NTA Channel 5 Abuja is collaborating with the FCT Police Command in providing a weekly platform for up-to-date security check in the FCT. Join us for the real information every Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. on NTA Channel 5 Abuja, the Unity Station.
Welcome back. And before we went on that break, you were trying to talk to us on how ordinary Nigerians, when I say ordinary Nigerians, you know who I'm referring to, can have property or land in the Federal Capital Territory.
Okay, so basically, just like as I was saying, we have agencies who can also help come in to help you help ordinary Nigerians get housing property, as the case may be. Some of these agencies through your National Housing Fund. A lot of us are contributing to NHF, National Housing Fund. So if you're contributing to NHF, you can tap into your NHF to access house, because we have rent to own scheme, we have the normal NHF that you can tap into. Also, I would always tell people, when you know what you're going for, you start planning ahead of time. Do you understand? So because you can't run faster than your shadow. If you know where you're going to, you start planning ahead of time. There are some, the problem we Nigerians have, basically, most people that want to get houses. Now, you have a property of 20 million, you have a property of 40 million. But because you are aiming higher, you are going for a property of 40 million, and your salary cannot even. So why not you go for a lower property where you know that you can meet up? Do you understand? Now, this NHF can give you a wider spread of payment. You understand? So with your little 5 million, with ease, with your little 5 million, with your little 10 million, you can key into a project, and your NHF will fund the remaining part of the project. So it gives you leverage. If you have 20 years, say 20 years or 25 years to spread the payment, of course, I don't think anybody will be under pressure within that. So it will be easier for the civil service or the civil servant to be able to key into property. And also locations matter.
Location matters.
You want to get a property and you know that the money that you are earning you will not be able to match up. You are looking for Metama, you are looking for Guzape. It's not possible. But there are other areas you can still give you. Yes, you are in a dreamland. Yes, there are still some other area that can give you the taste of luxury you want. Then the choice of house type. So if you put all this into consideration, number one, I've talked about the location. Number two, the price. Number three, the choice of house type you're going to. So if you put all of this into consideration and you play around with it, of course, getting a house,
you have gotten your property.
You've gotten your property.
All right, sis. All right, okay. As an estate developer, put us through some of the likely challenges that you are facing or is to be faced by a real estate developer.
Okay, so basically, just like as I've already said, because you are not too certain who the first landowner is, do you understand? And you know, of course, all land belongs to the government. So because you're not too certain, so you may get a land and there will be a lot of encumbrances on the land. So you have to pass through that process if you want to clear it. And
the issue of land racketeering.
Exactly. And also, if that place is a place you know that is of high prospect, you would want to clear the mess so that you can move into the project. That is number one. Number two, the texture of the land, the area of the land, which is the land topography. Sometimes it may not be as you plan. Sometimes you have to invest. Like there's a particular land that we got. For instance, when we got to the land, there are a lot of bridges we have to construct. So that alone is taking about 40 to 50 million already just to do a bridge. You have to create an access. So sometimes accessibility, access road is one of our major challenges. You understand? So it's not even to build. Then another thing is the high cost of building material. Right now, as I speak to you, I don't know how tomorrow will be, but the cost of cement is going up on a daily basis. And if you have collected money down as a developer, you have to meet up, you have to deliver. If you don't deliver again, it's a problem. So every time, every day, you have to keep thinking of the next line of action to take.
You have to be ahead.
You just have to be ahead of the game.
Yes.
It's the game. You have to be ahead of the game. There's nothing you can do about it. You have to be ahead of, and the only way you can be ahead of the game is to always set your standard in such a way that all these factors is being considered properly at the early stage or at the preliminary stage. It has to be considered. So the cost of building materials now, I won't lie to you, is seriously telling on us as developers. So obviously is one of the major, I would say, the major
I will
factor.
agree with you that what we are going through as a nation, talking about economic challenges, it's all fresh everywhere.
Very true.
Everyone is feeling the
Yeah,
heat.
very true.
And I want to believe it's a transformation for us that we all believe that we'll get it right. So quickly, as we round up this section of interview, now, what's your message to Nigerians on land investment? Is it a way to go?
Yes, it's a way to go. Okay, let me quickly give you breakdown. Why I said, okay, let me say it is 100% way to go.
Way to go.
As the way the country is right now, there are a lot of good gain in land investment. You can imagine, for instance, you get a land take for instance, in Kuje, for instance, as it stands. Now the road in Kuje currently is a dual carriage road. They are working on it. All the landowners, they are trying to meet up to standard. So now, if you invest on land now, you are having a good high ROI, which is return on investment. So you can imagine when you buy maybe a property of 10 million or a property of 15 million. Now, in the next 6 months, you'll be talking about 40% yield on return. Which other business would you want to do to get you that kind of money? So obviously, it is a goal for me.
A way to go. Thank you so much for your time with us this morning and for what you told us. You know, if you have a way of, solving a problem at a preliminary stage, why wait for later?
It is what it is.
Thank you so much for coming to talk to us on authentication of title documents and how easy it can be for ordinary Nigerians to own a property or land in the Federal Capital Territory. We do really appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
All right. We've been talking to Samuel Ajayi, who is a real estate developer, and together we looked at the authentication of title documents, and he has advised us this morning, go for verification. Do not cut corners so you don't create problems for yourself in future. Now let's go on this quick break. When we come back, we'll still be here and we'll bring more for you on the show. Stay with us, please.
This is Window on Abuja.
We have everything it takes to compete with any nation all across the world.
How do we make it? We are not ready to produce.
We've been contributing to the development of your kingdom.
Hello and welcome to Young Hearts.
Our focus today will be on hepatitis B.
Ladylike!
This is Entertainment Gist.
Welcome back from the break, and it's good to know you have rejoined us again on the program Good Morning Abuja, showing only on the Unity Station NTA Channel 5 Abuja. Now to road matters, and this morning we'll be looking at dangers of drunk driving, especially this Ember month, and we have an in-house person that comes every Thursday to educate us and to enlighten us more on how to use our road and stay safe on our road. Help me welcome CRC Silvana Zakweong, who is the unit head of operations Central Business District, to the program. Olaya, welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
It's good to see you again.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, you know how we do it. Before we go into the topic we have this morning, dangers of drunk driving. Give us the overview of what happened within the week under review.
The week under review, we have we are recorded low traffic crashes within the week, and the traffic situation within the FCT is been under control, and our men are always everywhere to make sure that anywhere we have congestions, we make sure that the free flow of traffic. So the week under review has been a very good week for us, as we recorded a very low traffic crash.
So we say we thank you for what you and your men are doing on the road to ensure we stay alive for our family and especially for the society. Now let's go to the topic we have before us this morning. When we talk about dangers of drunk driving, What are we referring to?
You see, when we talk about drunk driving, we view drunk driving as a dangerous and preventable way that you can avoid a road traffic crash. Most people that drinks and enter wheels have a serious challenges because one, it will impair your sense of reasoning, even your judgment, and you will not be, your visions would not be well. And especially the festive period when people drinks more, we see that the festive period is in time that you see more people being drinking and increase in alcohol intake, and that also affects the driving culture, especially when you are driving, when you are driving and you are drunk, and you know the danger that will cause when you are not with your right senses in driving.
Okay, thank you very much. You know, when you were talking about alcohol impairments, how does it really affect driving?
Alcohol impairment affect driving in different ways.
Okay.
One, when you are drunk, you will not be able. You reduce your sense of. You reduce your reaction time. You know, there is this when you are not in your right sense, the reduction in reaction time is that the brain will reduce the speed of reasoning. So at that moment, you are not in your right senses, and you will not be able to determine, oh, if I'm to go on a speed of, let's say, 30 kilometers per hour, because you are intoxicated, there is that tendency. You have to speed your vehicle. You have to also do dangerous or reckless overtaking. You see, that time you are not more in your right senses.
Your right senses.
Everything that comes, you in short, you even pay your vision because you will not be able to see. Maybe there's a pedestrian. You get to zebra crossing. There's a pedestrian that's supposed to cross, that are about to cross the road, and you just move. At that moment, you know that we said speed thrills, but it kills.
It kills.
At that moment, you see your senses will reduce you because your brain will not calculating well, and you are now under the influence of alcohol. And when you are under influence of alcohol, so many things happen.
Happens. Okay. You know, you told us that this is Ember months. This is a period that people come together to party, to enjoy, and anything. Alcohol is not out of it. But you know, we have to, you know, encourage ourselves and be conscious of anything we are doing. You know, if you take alcohol too much, the consequences is beyond what you can even say or imagine. Now, I want you to like spell it out for us in a clear terms, the consequences of drunk driving.
Drunk driving has so many consequences. It does not left only for drivers alone. You affect the passengers. You affect your family. It affects the whole country as a large. You affect your economy. Now you are drunk and you enter a vehicle. You're on the wheel and you are moving out and involved in a crash. The fatality rate will be high because one, you are speeding. If you are going for a speed of, let's say, 30 kilometers per hour and you crash, the impact of damage will be minimal than you going with a speed of 100 kilometers per hour. You compare the impact of that one going with 30 kilometers to the one of 100 kilometers, you see that the impact will be high. So when you are drunk and you are in a wheel and you crash, the rate of fatality will be high.
High.
Now you will see that the trauma, if you are alive, maybe
that is when you tell the story.
You tell the story,
right.
and maybe you have lost one of your legs
Wow.
in the course of the crash. Maybe you have this. Maybe you have a spinal cord injury in the course of the crash. You know the trauma that will be for life. You will not be able to recognize. You will not be yourself any longer. Your family will suffer. Your vehicle, if still repairable, it cost you more money. It costs more on your economy to repair the vehicle. If your vehicle is not being repaired, that is gone. It's right off. So who lost? It is because of what we can prevent.
Yes.
That's why we said you can prevent while you are drunk. You don't need to enter your vehicle and drive. You can board a public transport.
You know, I've heard someone that it is when they are highly tipsy, intoxicated that they have control, they have grip on the steering. I said, how does it work?
It does not work because when you are highly intoxicated, you are under the influence of alcohol and drugs. How will you? Because there's this sense of, the brain will tell you, there's this sense of hand and eye contact.
Okay.
There's this essential skills in driving skill, your hand and your eye contact. You will not be able to, your eye will not be focused. Your hand are supposed to be on the steering, holding the steering. That time you'll be playing music, enjoying yourself, dancing in the steering because you are not on the right sense. If you see somebody on your right senses driving, you have to consider other road users. You will see that, oh, I'm not the only person on this road. I have to give way to traffic. I have to know that the road is shared responsibility. But because I am under the influence of alcohol, I will think that I am the only person on the road. And that will lead to traffic crashes.
Wow, the consequences of this are
high.
It's high.
They affect not only you,
we
they
hope
affect your
people
family.
don't learn in a hard way. Is it when one of your leg is gone, and anytime you look at your leg, you remember that you caused
one bottle of alcohol that caused this for me.
Now
you can be prevented.
It can be prevented. You are going to talk to us about how we can prevent it, but that will be after this break. Let's go on a short break. Yes, we have been talking about dangers of drunk driving, and our in-house person is talking to us, advising us. But now let's go on this quick break. When we come back, we'll have more for you. Stay with us, please.
Eyes for Allah, nothing but Allah. Ba is the beginning of Bismillah. Ta is for taqwa, bewaring of Allah. And Tha is for thawab, a reward. Ja is for Jannah, the garden of
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Welcome to your weekly guide, Light of Islam. I am Aisha Ahmed.
As Muslims, we know that in Islam, time is a very good and important commodity that we have.
Believe in the angels of God as one of the 6 articles of faith.
Farmerism may be form rows, and how the rows are made is such that the Imam stands in front and then right behind him.
Assalamu alaikum, this is Light of Islam. Keep watching Light of Islam NTA channel.
Za is for zakah, to cure our greed, when we give our money to those in need. Eyes for Allah, nothing but Allah. Ba is the beginning of Bismillah. Ta is for taqwa, bewaring of Allah. And Tha is for thawab, a reward. Ja is for Jannah, the garden of
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Welcome to your weekly guide, Light of Islam. I am Aisha Ahmed.
As Muslims, we know that in Islam, time is a very good and important commodity that we have.
Believe in the angels of God as one of the 6 articles of faith.
Farmerism may be form rows, and how the rows are made is such that the Imam stands in front and then right behind him.
Assalamu alaikum, this is Light of Islam. Keep watching Light of Islam NTA channel.
Za is for zakah, to cure our greed, when we give our money to those in need.
Welcome back, and if you've just tuned in, the program is Good Morning Abuja, and it is coming to you from the Unity Station. Yes, we've been talking about dangers of drunk driving. Before we went on that break, you told us a lot of consequences and high risk associated with drunk driving. Now, tell us how we can prevent it.
You can prevent drunk driving.
Okay.
We said if you must drink, don't drive.
Must you even drink?
If you have to, if you drink, don't drive. That's a very simple way of preventing drunk driving. If I'm to drink, I should be able to park my vehicle and board a public transport. If I must go out, board a public transport to go to where I'm going to. Maybe you have closed from work, and these days we normally have a high rate of crashing during weekends when people go to clubs in the evening and in the weekends. And you see at the end, you see the vehicle park well at the quarter.
Yes,
because
they went to park very well.
In the quarter. So,
right.
we pray that nothing happened to them. And that is why we said, if you must drink, you don't drive. If you must go home, park your vehicle, take the public transport, go back home.
Okay.
That will already prevent drunk driving. And we also advise people, because we have so many penalties given to them.
Yes.
Because we use
because that is the next question. Spell out the penalties if you are caught.
Because we go around to garages, to motor parks, to test drivers with the help of alcoholizer and breathalyzer. This to tell you the level of alcoholic content in your body. And when we get to the motor parks, if your alcoholic content is high, and when you show it in the breathalyzer or alcoholizer, will tell you you cannot mount the vehicle, you cannot drive at this moment, because the life of the people are in danger. And the penalty is much.
Okay.
Because when we got you being drunk driving, it's a very dangerous aspect of driving. So we might not say we might say it's a criminal case, but in this case we will not say criminal case, because one, first of all, we'll find you pay fines. When you pay fine, at times when you go to court, we'll get a prison jail time, imprisonment, also suspension of your driver's license.
Wow.
Because when we notice that you cannot be every time you're always drunk, why should you be given a license? So we have to suspend your license so that you cannot drive for some time, or you will not drive again.
Wow, this is awesome, because these are penalty you just spelled out for us. I hope people will learn.
Your vehicle can also be impounded.
Impounded.
Because we will not allow you to drive your vehicle when you are drunk.
Okay.
Because when we see you are drunk, that means we are telling you go and kill yourself and kill others.
Wow.
So when we find out you are drunk, the vehicle will be impounded. Part of the punishment.
Okay. Your Ember Month sensitization that you've been doing, I know I want us to link it and attribute it to what we are discussing this morning on dangers of drunk driving. At times when you're drunk, you're tipsy, your sense will be telling you to put more speed. And we know the danger of overspeeding again.
And that's why we tell the commercial in his wisdom.
Okay.
Come out with this year Ember Month campaign with a team that speak out against dangerous
driving.
Crashes kill more passengers than drivers. And when you see somebody that is being tipsy, is being drunk, and is driving you, and you sit inside the vehicle, what are you doing? You are telling them, I'm going to die. Go and kill me. Go and injure me. Wow. So why don't you speak out? And tell the person, no, sir, you cannot drive this vehicle because you are drunk. Okay. If it's a company vehicle, please go to the company. Go back to the managers. Tell them these drivers should be changed. Because at that moment, if you don't speak out, you are dangerous, you are risking your life and other motorists. Who knows who will deliver us from this country tomorrow? Okay. And the person will gone with just a second because I'm drunk.
Wow. Okay, this is Ember Month, and a whole lot of sensitization is ongoing. Now, I want you to quickly talk about overloading.
Overloading is also a major cause of road traffic crashes. And we always tell people, don't overload your vehicle.
Okay.
Don't overload your vehicle because you are saying economy is hard, fuel is high, I need to recover from it. How did you recover from it when you are overloading your vehicle? Do you think about the tear and wear of the vehicle? A vehicle that is meant to carry 2 passengers, 4 passengers, and you are carrying 6, 7 at the time. And you think of the vehicle, the rate of wear and tear will be more. And you as a driver, you will not be able to control the vehicle, especially when you carry more than what you are supposed to carry in the front. You will not be able to control the vehicle well. And apart from that, the more load you carry, the more weight you are giving to the vehicle. And the vehicle will also use more fuel to consume. You consume more fuel than when you carry normal. So there is no sense in carrying overload.
Wow.
Overload should not be allowed in our roads. And that is why FRC has gone out in totally to stop overloading in the road. We can't see overload and close our eyes. When one will see overload, we will make sure that we apprehend you. If we cannot apprehend you, then we call a nearby command, a nearby road safety, maybe any police checkpoint or army checkpoint, because we have this collaboration with them, we will apprehend you and make sure that that vehicle will not go anywhere. We are out for overloading people.
Wow, thank you so much. But before I let you go, give us safety tips on our road as we round up the year. So many activities will be on the road. Give us safety tips.
As you know, we are now in the Ember month period, and this is a period that intake of alcohol is high, is increased. So you advise people, please, if you must drink, don't drive your vehicle. You can board a public transport, and please reduce your speed this time. No, don't overspeed your vehicle. And as you are a passenger, speak out. Don't just sit down in the vehicle. Speak out, because you know your life is at stake. And if the vehicle is not in good working condition, please, drivers, get to a nearby mechanic. Make sure your vehicle are fixed before you proceed on the road, and avoid overloading your vehicle.
Overloading, and if drivers are fatigued, if they are tired.
If you are tired, please park and rest. Especially now, people want to travel because of now. You want to travel from Abuja to Anambra, or you want to go and come back
the same day.
The same day. You tired. You cannot cheat nature. So please, when you're tired, park and rest. Because life is important. We want your life.
Okay, thank you so much for your time with us this morning and for educating us usual how we do it every Thursday, especially on the topic we looked at this morning, the dangers of drunk driving. We do really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All right, we've been talking on the topic dangers of drunk driving, and CRC Silvano Zekeyong, who is the unit head of operations, Central Business District of the Federal Road Safety Corps, has talked to us this morning. He has advised us, if you must drink, do not drive. If you're tired, rest, because you cannot cheat nature. Please, let's ensure we stay safe and alive for our family and especially the society at large, because we need one another to grow in our nation. Now let's go on this quick break. When we come back, we'll still be here and we'll bring more for you. Stay with us, please.
La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah.
With the peace and blessings of Allah be upon each and every one of us. It's another fantastic Friday evening, and you're welcome to NTA Channel 5 Abuja.
First of all, you train yourself, you educate yourself, then you educate your family, and then the community at large.
Fundamentals of Islam Live, showing 7:30 p.m. every Friday on NTA Channel 5 Abuja, the Unity Station. Join us.
Good to know you have rejoined us again on the program Good Morning Abuja, and it is showing only on the Unity Station. Yes, we've been talking and educating you on the show. Now we want to entertain you. Let's go enjoy some musical break together.
Man, I've been busting 97, I never care about the devil. Since 17, I've been smoking hell like a kettle. Anytime I know it's less, you know I never settle. Get it running on the track, I deserve a medal. Or maybe some diamonds shining on my bezel. Are they on my level? When I'm still a rebel. Who you one day underrate? Are you even normal? When I'm on a different lane, but to keep it formal. I crash, you know, and just so you know. If I think you're moving funny, I'll be some local. Cause my music is one thing that I take personal. Don't compare me to nobody, I despise, you know. On the verse, you know, it's impossible. Say here, I know the leave, I must be dumb, you know. To be say I know I really do the song, you know. Or passing it from my back until I go, you know.
911, what's your emergency?
Man, I dey off, or even gonna be no see. The level like the Burj Khalifa. I should marry wrong, my nigga. I feel to put that on my mother. The money can't impress my niggas. Now if you touch my hand, I go feel on. No need for talking plenty. Sit down, watch us, we do for setting. Yeah, or even gonna be no see. The level like the Burj Khalifa. I should marry wrong, my nigga. I feel to put that on my mother. Your money can't impress my niggas. Now if you touch my hand, I go feel am. No need for talking plenty. Sit down, watch us, we do for setting. Only me for no be no see ya. The level like the Burj Khalifa. I should marry wrong, my nigga. I I feel to put that on my mother. My money can't impress my niggas. Anybody will won't fight you. Better come, they already know. I'll be right beside you, like the wall of Jericho. They don't know, they don't know, they don't know what's going on. Monagiso, 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 my baby boo. I'll be a soldier for you. I'm getting better in Kung Fu. You should know I got it, and you don't need to guide me too. I'll be right beside you in anything that you do. If you ever need saving, I will be running to you, running, running, running to you. I'll be running to you, running, running, running to you. Anywhere that you go to, running, running, running to you. I'll be running to you, running, running, running to you. Anywhere that you go to.
When I'm looking for trouble, it's cause I know that I got you. Wanting more bless everybody, oh oh. And it's because of your kung fu. And anytime that I'm out of control, you hold me down. You never, never let go. Yeah, Unagiso, 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 my baby boo. See all the battles you'll be fighting, and I'll be right there with you. I may be small but I'm mighty, and I go running for you. And anybody ways I be here, don't be you pull it, I be alright. And if I ever need saving, I'll be running to you.
Running, running, running to you. I'll be running to you, running, running, running to you. Anywhere that you go to, running.
Wow, music, they say, is life. Music is a relaxer. It energizes us. It's a message for the soul. If you're down at any point or another, tune in your choice of music and you see that you will be revived again. And if you just tune in, wow, you've missed so much on our show this morning, but for the rest part of the show, you still have one or two information you will take home with. And next is our weather forecast. Let's see our weather prospects for today. And with that weather forecast, we conclude today's edition of the program, Good Morning Abuja. Wow, our time has really gone, so we need to go. And at this point, we want to say a very big thank you to you, our dear esteemed viewer, for staying with us from the beginning of the program till now. We do really appreciate your time. Tomorrow morning is going to be another wonderful time with us on the show, Good Morning Abuja. It's going to be interesting as usual. Too well to join in. And from all of us here, we say, to have a blissful day today. I have been your host, Deborah Abba Usman. Good morning.
Just for the record, just for the record. If they like it and chop at the tomato, then no go ketchup. Oh yeah, come no. Paso plain memo. You go do you one time, I be for one time, I'm to buy mess. Anything you wish me, that be a passion. Bad man no they walk up, man no be God. Make them they talk, I see they fly like helicopter. Now by the grace of God and inshallah we dey move. Question, but then no get the answer. 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 Bassa, do. Yeah, go sing a salad when you dey move. See green light when I look at you. First time I take a picture with you. See when we go get it wild like Sunday soup. got the money console. Anything you wish me, that be a passion. Man no be God, make them they talk. As we they fly like helicopter. Nobody grace of God and inshallah we they move. Question, but they no get the answer. 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 Answer. Question, but they no get the 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 answer. Answer. Just for the record, just for the record. If they like the job or the tomato, then no go.